So last night after Court of Swords, I get real hungry during the show. It's hard when you don't
Yeah.
eat all day. What do you usually go to eat after you do a long stream like that?
I don't know. It depends. Like, I think we just got Uber Eats.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. And so I see what's available. And we're just like, there's a lot of restaurants that are just getting hyped to or hip to the whole Uber Eats thing.
yeah.
And see, there's new ones being added all the time. So
So do you have to? How does Uber Eats work? Because I've done the DoorDash stuff before, but do you have to tip the driver, or do you just is it just like DoorDash where you don't do anything?
uh, you don't do anything. You can tip them afterwards.
Oh okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wish we don't have any food. So like, I've been. They say they make this like I don't even know. I think it's called Bertelli or something like that. It's just like this pasta in a bag, and I just heat that up every night because there's no fast food around, and everything closes down at
Uh,
like 9 o'clock. So
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Those are those commercials, right? The where the Italian restaurants are going Bertoli.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah, I guess that is where that's from. Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know.
Cool story.
How's it going, Co?
Yeah, no. By the way, that was JP's big idea for today.
Yeah,
He's like,
big idea.
until Co gets here, let's just have the most mundane, like small talk conversation that
Yeah.
we can possibly do.
It almost worked out. It almost worked out. But Co was on time by like 2 minutes late, but it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
sorry
thought
about
you were going to
that.
be a bit later than that.
Yeah. Did you get your car all worked out or whatever?
I did. Yeah. It has been dropped off. I got the rental.
Ooh, what type of car did you get?
Now we wait. I got a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Actually, it's pretty nice. It's a nice rental. So
I've been,
no complaints.
yeah, I kind of want to get a Jeep, but they're expensive, man. They're pricey cars, especially if you get the high end shit. Anyways, Co, I heard there's a Fallout game out, so let's just not talk about it. You want to just agree not to mention anything about it? It's like a BR game or something
Okay.
like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a VR. It's a VR BR
A
game,
VR
actually.
BR, yeah.
Yeah, we call it a Verber,
Mhm.
and it's it's a VR BR Rust clone with racing elements.
Nice. That was the big. How did they actually? Because I was asleep when that got announced. Did they just play the trailer on the stream, or like what was the lead
Well,
into that?
unfortunately, they removed everything off the screen except the kind of background please stand by thing. They put the view into out of focus for a while, and then Todd came on, but unfortunately I was streaming when Todd came on, so I think he gave a little, like, probably 30-second here's what we've been working on thing, and one of you guys that watched it in chat, if you want to expand on that a little bit, we'd all appreciate it. And then they just went right into the trailer, and then at that point they started they played the trailer, very tiny outro, channel went down, and then a little bit later the channel came up, and as far as I know, it's just the trailer. They may have taken it down again, but the trailer was on repeat when I left this morning.
Gotcha. Was there any significance with when it launched, when the trailer went live? Because a lot of people are trying to time it to the something in the game. I'm not a Fallout nerd.
They
What do they call
did,
themselves?
yeah, what basically happened was at some point this morning, I think, they put a little clock on the screen, like a little watch. It had 9:45, and that is around the time the bombs fell in the game. So that was kind of like that. People are guessing that's what they were going for, but really that was just the time they came on and made the announcement. So, just do we actually want to talk about it just a little bit?
Yeah,
Or do you
yeah.
wanna
By
say-
all means, yeah.
Okay.
It's the latest and greatest in gaming this morning. So
Yes, and I'm gonna be honest. I started with a lot of hype. Like, some people were passing around the clip of when I was watching this. Like, 'cause basically I was playing Dark Souls, and all you do is see me in the corner looking like this off the side of the screen and reacting to something. You have no idea. You can't hear it. Nothing.
yeah,
It's a terrible clip. And basically, I was really excited when I first saw it. When I realized it was a Fallout game, I was really, really excited. And then it got to the end, and I was still pretty excited. Um, but then we started kind of looking into it more, and I have gone from very excited to I need to know more before I'm excited. and that's kind of where I am right now.
That's a good way to live life, Co. I need to know more
Yeah.
before I'm excited. That's the best way to approach E3.
But it's not my
opinion.
style, JP.
I know.
I work much better with uneducated enthusiasm.
So does the entire gaming world. All right, they need to learn. I need to learn this shit.
But anyway, to catch people up, just in case anyone, I'll kind of catch everyone up with all the thinking right now. So the reason that Fallout fanboys like myself are not flipping out because the next Fallout is coming out. What we know about Fallout 76 is that it takes place in Vault 76. Now, Vault 76 was the only. There's three important things about Vault 76. It was the largest of the vaults. It was the only vault that didn't have an experiment running in it. So this was one of the only vaults that was designed to actually move people past the apocalypse. All the other vaults and the other Fallouts all had crazy experiments associated with them. Social experiments, ways to screw up the people in them. So this is like the first one that's actually a real vault. And then the most important thing is this vault actually opened hundreds of years before Fallout 3. So this is most likely going to be, it's one of the control vaults. There are 17 control vaults. And this is like the first big one. You're right. I should have said this was like the first big one to go out. So there was like 500 people that lived there. And it was theoretically it was supposed to open first. We're not 100%. There is a date in the preview that I think actually people pulled out, which shows that it opened early. But then and that all sounds good, right? That's the foundation of Fallout 5. That's okay. Then we start talking about what it is. So what it's looking like Fallout 76 most likely is, and this is all conjecture. We need to hear more, but it's looking to be a multiplayer building game of some kind. It is not Fallout 5. So we are not expecting a single player adventure with a big main story arc or stuff like that. It is looking to be a multiplayer building game. A lot of people are comparing it to Rust in terms of what it is. And then in that case, you would also move forward and say that's also the conjecture on why it's not called Fallout 5, which would have been obviously the next Fallout. And Fallout has always kind of followed that convention, even since 1, 2, and 3. So a lot of people are saying that this is kind of like a parallel thing. Now, is this a bad thing? Maybe not. Maybe like a lot. That's the thing. Like the initial reaction is, and this was my initial reaction, to be fair. Oh, this isn't Fallout 5. Good God, what is Bethesda thinking? This is going to be terrible. New Vegas was technically a side project because Obsidian made it. So that technically it would Fallout 1, 2, Tactics, 3, New Vegas, 4. So to be. But anyway, going back to it, a lot of people are freaking out because it's not what they expected. But I'm trying to be one of the people that's like, let's wait until E3. Let's see what the core features are. Maybe they're doing some really cool stuff that we haven't heard of. Like, for instance, what if they took something as detailed and wide open as the Fallout 4 map and then put a multiplayer builder on top of that? Like, if we're actually going to get a well-developed, interesting world, that'd be one of the first times we've seen it in a multiplayer survival game. What if it actually has side quests and meaningful characters and a main story arc all around a multiplayer online survival game? Like, they could do all sorts of fun stuff with it. So, and maybe some of it will be brand new that we've never seen before. It could also be a Rust clone. So it's kind of like, we really need to hear, like, if it turns out to just be Rust in Fallout, that's gonna be super sad. That's just gonna be like a not so great day. But they could be doing some fun stuff with it, and until they actually tell us what they're doing, it's all conjecture and guesswork. Right. So I'm kind of in a holding pattern. I'm gonna try to not talk about it more than I just did. Like, that's all my thoughts on it right there, and we're just gonna wait till E3 to talk about it more.
Great. I feel like for me, someone on all the Twitter chatter, I was reading a bunch of it this morning when I first woke up. I think for me, the most important thing is going to be if they use the same engine that Fallout 4 was on.
Gabriel.
I hope that's what this is a testing ground for their new engine, and then they move forward with all the other games on this engine. But from that video we saw, I don't notice any differences, but I have a very bad eye when it comes to that stuff because I didn't play much Fallout 4.
Well, no, you're not. Like it was not. There are people that are in the camp that the engine we saw was new, and there are people in the camp that it's the same. So whatever it is, it's not new enough to tell a discernible difference immediately. That's the only thing we know for certain. Also, we just basically saw like a souped up cinematic. We've barely seen anything from the game yet.
Right.
So I don't know if any of that was in game. So we really have no idea. We really have no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, if people ask you for the link, you can just go to fallout.com.
What were we gonna say?
The clip is only 26 seconds long, right?
It's super short. And honestly, people are calling it a trailer. It's a teaser. It's basically just a blank screen announcement. Like there's not a huge amount in there except a little bit of lore stuff, and then it's the name of the project. So
yeah. Well, according to the twitch.tv/Bethesda, it's Fallout 76 official teaser trailer. Is what they called it.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, it's 26 seconds long. And I mean, do you think this is a good idea? Do you think this is this is good for creating like just questions and buzz and shit like that? Because
they had 140,000 people watching a toy for like 10 hours.
Oh my god, I know. I know.
Like that's pretty good buzz. See what I wish they did is I don't know, maybe I said this to Co yesterday, or maybe I forgot who it was. Maybe it was Shannon. I wish that they just left that playing up until E3. Like just the same, like they would come in and like do little things to it, tuck them in every night, do like little subtle hints and stuff like every time something changed on that stream, there was a Reddit post about it. There was a tweet about it. There was a ton of information for just the slightest change. And I wish that they just like milked the fuck out of the Fallout audience all the way up until E3 a week from now. Like that'd be great. I'd be super into that. But I don't think it's.
I mean, I'll tell you the truth. Like even during Court of Swords last night, I had the Bethesda stream on mute, and I would just be like, when some other character was off doing something else, I'd go and click on it and be like,
yep,
fucking nothing. There's fucking nothing there. There's nothing fucking happening.
Yep.
Why the fuck do I keep checking? Why do I care?
Yeah.
I didn't even like Fallout 4 that much.
Yeah. They were the top stream on Twitch, I think, for a little while yesterday. And a lot of people were saying that they were waiting to beat Ninja and viewers before they showed the trailer. They didn't do that at all. So
yeah, don't try.
Yeah. It well they ended up eclipsing them, but they didn't do anything with it.
But real quick, it's interesting, Zeke, because here's how I feel about it. If it was a Fallout 5 announcement, I think it would have been a lot better, because you kind of know what to expect when you see Fallout 5, and you know there's like 50 to 70% about what you want in there, and 30% you have no idea. That's great. And don't get me wrong, it obviously worked from a PR perspective. I mean, like you said, 2 million unique visitors, hundreds of thousands of people watching. It worked for them. But in this specific case, when people are already concerned about the Fallout IP, and we haven't heard anything about Elder Scrolls 6, and ESO is still chugging along, there's a lot of uncertainty these days. There's a lot of uncertainty. So to have even more uncertainty with their only other IP that hasn't been MMOized, like for 2 weeks, like don't get me wrong, it's good, but it's kind of like there's a lot of really nervous people out there right now that wouldn't have been nervous before. I kind of wish they would have given us a little bit more to go on, just a little bit more to kind of calm the waters a bit.
But it got you interested in their conference, right? Like after last year, after last year's conference, everyone was like, "Fucking, we got to watch this Bethesda thing again." And here we are a week out, and we're like, "All right, I'm going to tune into that Bethesda thing because I got to see what the fuck Fallout 76 is." So it worked.
Oh yeah. By the way, and we were actually talking about this on my stream a lot this morning. Lots of people like ESO, and that's the thing. So many people like ESO that there's no real reason for an ES6 right now.
Right.
And I think a lot of Fallout people are kind of worried about the same thing. Like, is Fallout 76 going to be the Fallout ESO? And is this what's going to carry the Fallout IP for the next 5 years? Like, this is the kind of stuff that we really want to know about. This is kind of important for us. And yeah, so it's we'll see. We'll see. Lots of questions. Very excited to get more details.
I just like that if it's Fallout Online, then it's going to be foo. Just like
that is good.
I've been wondering what foo is and how to fight it for a long time. Yeah. And now we have our answer. Foo. We're gonna fight it. Fallout Online.
I like it.
Dave Grohl comes out of nowhere, Kool-Aid Man style through the wall. I've been training for this my entire life.
Yeah, it'd be amazing. It would be amazing. You mentioned DSO. Do you have any idea? Like, okay, this is from February of 2017. Elder Scrolls Online now boasts 8.5 million players. That's got to be like lifetime accounts or something. What is this?
Well, remember, it's technically free to play now.
Yeah, okay.
That's a big thing with ESO. It is technically a free-to-play game, and you subscribe for the premium service. And then there's also a little cash shopping thing in there.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, they've monetized it, and it's selling.
It says this number reflects unique players, not concurrent subscribers. The game is blah blah blah. Does not count beta players or free weekend players, just those who have purchased the game outright. Oh,
excuse me. It's buy to play. It's buy to play. And then you can pay monthly for the premium or play it for free. Thank you, chat.
Yeah, there you go.
So actually, that means that 8 million number does mean that's 8 million people who bought it.
Right.
Which is still pretty significant.
That's
still a huge amount of money.
That's a huge success in business game terms.
And if I'm not mistaken, chat, help me out here. The expansions aren't free. Like, you have to buy the expansions on top of that, right?
Yeah. We'll see what chat says. Because I
would mean even more money.
All I did was I got married, and that's it.
You do.
I got married in ESO and quit. You have to buy them? Okay. All right. Well, there you go.
Who'd you get married to?
Ryan Moore, my old friend, who's no longer my friend because he shot me in H1Z1. So.
So you married Strippin in Final Fantasy 14.
Yes.
You married Ryan, and you're all about finding dudes and marrying them.
I know. It's a thing. I know.
You're a serial monogamist.
Serial monogamous JP. That's me. No.
Serial monogamous.
That's going on my gravestone.
Sounds like a hipster band. That's fantastic.
You got to play the field, bud.
I did twice.
Right, so that was good enough.
Yeah.
So the Fallout takes place 27th of October 2102.
You're saying for the new one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's the date that they have coming out. And that's years and years and years before 3.
Yeah. So we shall see.
And it's interesting because that brings up another big deal. Because if it's a prequel, that means we'll probably have very little story stuff, since any major any major events that take place in Fallout 76, we most likely would have already heard about in like 3 or New Vegas or something, because that's, again, like hundreds of years in the future. Again, maybe these are based around historical events we've learned about in 3 and New Vegas, which would be amazing. But yeah, we'll have to see. The dates are weird. The dates are definitely telling and weird.
Do you think that comes out this year? Like, what else does Bethesda have coming out in 2018 besides like another ESO?
I think they're pulling a Fallout 4.
You think
we're following all the same pattern. This is exactly what they did for Fallout 4.
They did
the 20-hour stream. They announced Fallout 4 a couple weeks before E3. We got all the details at E3, and then they announced it came out 3 to 4 months later. I think they're going to do the exact same thing with this.
Is Rage 2 this year? Chat's saying it is.
Yep.
It is? Okay.
Oh, release this year? We don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But we're going to get all the details at E3, hopefully.
Yeah. Gotcha. That's right. I forgot that it's... I forget that Rage 2 and like id Software and now Bethesda are like the same thing. Even though it's been so many fucking years since that's happened, I still forget. Well, cool. I guess we'll hear more. Their conference is Sunday evening, I think. So we'll hear more. And it's supposed to be like
definitely for me just became a must watch.
That
is Oh yeah.
It's like 3 hours is what they have scheduled. Isn't that what Pete Hines said on Twitter? Something like that. Yeah.
Yep. It's going to be a late one, but it'll be worth it.
That 3 hours is a lot of time for a conference.
And we already have like multiple confirmed good titles that we want to hear more about. So they're quickly getting to the point where it's theirs to lose.
Yeah.
In terms of content.
Yep. I I guess we could just kind of continue with the news stuff. None of us are Pokemon fans. Let's just say that right at the top.
That's God damn it. That's what I was I wish I had some
let's just say
excitement for this.
I've never played a singular I've played even forgot the game. Maybe 20 minutes of a Pokemon game, and I was out. I zero interest in it. I don't even know what this new one's called. Pokemon Let's Go, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, it's Pokemon Let's Go. Pikachu.
Pokemon Let's Go.
Yeah, it's yes. So I don't want to play the video because Nintendo will be like, "Well, this is our video now. We created this."
Nintendo frames.
Yeah, but it's they're from my understanding of the video, they're watching or they're taking Pokemon Go, and they're incorporating it somewhat onto the Switch. And the Switch has like the game where you can walk around and collect Pokemon and stuff. But then you can link it to your phone. So if you catch a Pokemon in Pokemon Go, you can get that Pokemon into Pokemon Let's Go on the Switch. There's like a connection thing. So people are like super into that, I guess. I didn't realize Pokemon Go was still a thing. But apparently it's still a thing, and it still has a lot of people playing it. And that's what
I saw so many people tweeting that about how they reinstalled. Like, how many of you reinstalled Pokemon Go just now?
Huh.
And there was tons of those kind of tweets going out.
Yeah. Apparently it's still huge. I've had multiple encounters, especially at like PAX East, where people were late to dinner because they were playing Pokemon Go. And I was just like, what? Do people still fucking play this thing? Like, what? I thought this died out. But
I know some rabid Pokemon Go fans that still play it like every single day.
Yeah. Well, are you talking about Rachel? Because I know Rachel's like super into it.
Maybe I'm talking about her. Maybe.
Yeah. Seltzer's still super fucking into that.
Oh, yeah.
It cool. More power to him. I can't shit on it because everyone played Pokemon Go when it came. I remember watching those videos of Strippin walking around on Santa Monica Pier, and there was hundreds of people just fucking walking around with their phones, and like a Squirtle would spawn, and like 300 people would just slowly converge on the area where the Squirtle spawned. So it's a thing. Obviously, they're going to make a lot of money with that, and I think there's still I saw on Twitter there's still a mainline Pokemon game, like all the other Pokemon games coming out in 2019. So I guess if you're not into the Let's Go series, that you still got the normal Pokemon shit coming out. But we're not Pokemon fans, so I think that's the extent. I watched that trailer specifically because I know none of us could talk about it at length, and that's all we got. Coming out.
I'm watching it right now, and I like the cool peripheral Pokeball.
That's right.
Get
okay, there's also that. Yeah,
plays a part in the game. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so you can actually play the game with it or take the fucking Pokemon with you.
Oh, yeah, dude. Imagine if you're a kid with that stuff. That's like the fucking best thing ever.
Oh yeah,
just walking around with a Pokeball and it makes Pikachu sounds because there's a Pikachu in it. It's great.
Yeah, imagining that you got a Pikachu in your Pokeball.
Yeah, mm-hmm. That's super interesting.
Well, the first thing that I noticed about this, I watched the trailer. Very first thing on the trailer is a kid getting on his bike, and there's a Pikachu right there. Now I know he's not actually playing Pokemon Go, but it looks like he's riding his bike playing Pokemon Go, and I was like, kid, pay attention.
Don't do that.
Just ride his bike into traffic and just chase the Pikachu and get just shellacked by a car.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Got to be careful, Nintendo. You got to be real careful. Yeah, I would expected them to wait till E3 to put something like that out there, but I guess we'll see what else they have in store. I think Metroid is another big thing that they've been, or that a lot of people think is going to show up at E3 for Nintendo. So we'll have to see. Their conference is Tuesday morning. They're usually the last one. And we usually don't cover it, but we're usually E3'd the fuck out by then. But I think we're going to try and and do something at least. We'll try to get some actual Pokemon fans as well, so that they know what the fuck's going on when that shit's talked about. Because me and Co will just be like, yeah, there's some. That's a Pikachu, I think. They exist.
One of those yellow mouse things.
There's a thing, yeah. That happened yesterday. Is there any other like big news? It's starting to slowly. I didn't think it was going to be this far out.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask the chat, like, is this Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee, is this a good, because people have been wanting Pokemon Snap, like another Pokemon Snap for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
Is this going to be okay with you if you get this instead of Snap?
A lot of people are against it.
Snap greater than all Pokemon.
I loved Pokemon.
No.
That's the only Pokemon game I've actually ever played, now that you mention it.
Right?
Yeah.
A lot of people wanted Snap, but I guess I'm wrong. Okay. I guess I'm just listening to the loudest people who really, really wanted bad.
A lot of people saying no in my chat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very-
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, but this
I'm way
is.
off.
I would think that the audience that watches this show is more of the hardcore variety. So I don't know if it's necessarily catering to them. That thing's probably going to do just fine and probably make Nintendo a lot of money. But we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a thing. Was there any other big news on like the E3 front / news front this week? Did you guys? Here's our quarterly Star Citizen conversation. Did you guys see that Star Citizen has a $27,000 package now that you can buy, and you get 110 ships or some shit like that in it? You get literally everything, and it's $27,000.
Hold on, I gotta call my accountant real quick. I'll be right back.
There are two important things to mention. Two important things. First of all,
Point of order, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Point of order. You need to spend $1,000
To see it,
to
yes.
see that deal. First of all,
Yeah.
that's important. Okay. Second of all, and this is one of those things that we gotta make sure this information's out there too. This is important. There's a lot of haters. The $27,000 every ship package was requested by the fans. So this is not, in fact, and to take it a step further, I believe it actually would have made them more money if they would have not offered that pack and just left it for people to buy all the ships individually. Now, granted, you're insane if you were to buy every ship individually, but I think you actually pay less money if you buy the pack as opposed to buying them all individually.
One of these
Again, I'm not arguing to do that. I'm just saying let's get the right info out there. That's
one of these days, and I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying this is a thing we should do. We should do this. It will probably never happen. We need to get someone on that is like a fucking super fan of that whole thing, and then talk to them.
I don't even want a super fan. I just want someone that's super knowledgeable.
Yeah,
I want somebody
exactly.
who would say like, this is the rumor and what everyone's saying. What's really happening? And they would like tell us the real deal.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's hard to find somebody that also wouldn't spin it into a positive, because there's a lot of those people out there that make it sound like the next coming of virtual Jesus. Yeah. And it's like, we know that people don't want to hear that, man.
You got to stop. Yeah. Look, we'll just say, hey, you can come on the show for $27,000, and people will just pick it up. They'll just be into it. They'll just give us money to be on the show. It's great. That's how that audience works. You just put things in front of them that have monetary barriers, and they buy into it. It's fucking weird. We are going to talk about Battlefield 5, but before we get into that, I didn't know this was a thing. Did you guys know that Shroud and Dr. Disrespect are getting like official PUBG skins in the game, apparently?
Really?
Yeah, it was confirmed after leaks by data miners, according to a couple of websites yesterday.
It's too bad it's just kind of the popular people. There's a lot of people that stream PUBG like every single day.
Yeah.
Or have streamed like arguably just as much, like TSM Vis and Sacro plays it all the time. Hopefully they're going to make like a big initiative.
Maybe I'm weird. I can understand a Dr. Disrespect skin.
Well, he plays it all the time.
No, I'm not saying just because it's not validated, but maybe I'm weird that I can understand the look and how it's going to look. But what the fuck does a Shroud skin look like?
Oh, it's probably his jersey, his team, and
but he's no longer a member of Cloud9.
Oh, that's right.
So what is he?
Well, maybe it's channel logo.
But it's a ninja. That's completely. That's Fortnite
I think you
territory.
just nailed their angle.
We've got ninja. Shroud's like, no. It looks like a ninja.
Shroud's in the background, like
We've got a ninja.
Yeah, we've got a ninja, not.
One of many.
PUBG. We've got a ninja too.
Yeah. I know he has a new logo, chat. That's what we're talking about. Are these the actual skins?
And now we get to sue you.
Oh, we have the actual skins here. Let's see. Is this website? Let me just make sure there's. Okay, here we go. So this is some of the stuff. There's this gun skin, the Speed and Momentum M416, the Car 98. Oh, okay. So they're just gun
weapon
skins.
skins.
Yeah, I thought they were player skins.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
I thought they were player skins. Yeah,
Cool.
That's okay. Cool, sure. Now I wonder if they get a kickback for that shit. Like I'm curious about the business side of that because I have no idea how that would work.
Of course. I mean, do you think? You don't think they would? You don't think like
Well, if
I don't know if a person like Dr. Disrespect would allow his logo to be used without getting money for it.
do they come from loot boxes though? I don't know the acquisition of these skins.
It completely depends on the acquisition. It could also maybe they're for a charity event coming up. Like we don't know.
Maybe so. I don't know. Maybe chat will fill us in. They look like CS:GO skins to me. Like those look like tried and true CS:GO skins. They're $27,000 for all of them. Well, shit, that seems like a great deal. Seems like a perfect deal.
I'm surprised it took him so long to actually jump into the skins game because like CS:GO's been doing it for years, and it's really successful there, right?
Zeke, they've got other things to do like suing Fortnite. You know, they're super busy right now. With
True, very true, very true.
I don't know enough about that, and I'll just be speaking. All I know is that PUBG is suing Fortnite, and that's all I know. I don't know the specifics of that. I know it's hilarious that it's happening. I've seen a lot of parallels or people trying to tweet parallels to Unreal Tournament and Quake, the same thing that happened back then. Because apparently I think Quake tried to sue Epic back then when they did the whole Unreal thing. So it's only in South Korea. It's still a weird thing. That's still a very weird thing.
I always feel like that's the last desperate cry of a company trying to make money.
Yeah.
Where it's just like that's when you're like the last attempt. Okay, we've done everything we can, so let's go after them, you know? and the worst part is I haven't read over the legal documents or anything.
Yeah,
but
either.
From what I understand, they're like trying to say things like the UI layout and way to get into games. Like the way that they're going at it is just so strange. They're not saying like because you copied our game. They're trying to say like you copied art and UI elements and a way you project about your game, and it's so strange. It's very strange.
That's
if they win this kind of thing, I'll be baffled.
That's very weird.
I'm gonna try to get details on it, by the way.
Okay. All right. We could stall for a bit. Yeah. I think they said that they were going to do this, or they were talking about this a couple months back, and everyone was kind of like, "Oh, that seems really fucking stupid." And I think they finally came out and said like, "Hey, we're pushing through, and this is a thing that's gonna happen." So
yeah, the base of the lawsuit is copyright infringement, and then I don't remember I read about the further details because damn it, this article doesn't have them. But our name was used to officially promote their game without our knowledge. There was no discussion. It was just a bit surprising and disappointing to see our business partner using our name officially to promote the game mode that is pretty similar to us. And there was a misunderstanding in the community that we're officially involved in the project.
Is this what's the date on that article? What's the date on that article?
In September last year.
This is the first time this happened.
Clarify with us. It wasn't the Fortnite inheritance of the Battle Royale mode that was concerning.
Yeah,
I guess that was for the last year's lawsuit, dude. How many times?
No, that's the same lawsuit. That's the beginning of it. Like I was saying a couple months back when they said that they were going to do that, and now this is the actual, like moving forward of that. but I don't think I think you're reading the president's quotes, right?
I'm reading the 2 day ago article on PC Gamer, which is why I'm confused.
Oh, okay. Well, it is the same thing. So they probably just pulled.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a weird thing, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Well,
strange.
and for if anybody saying like PUBG is getting desperate or whatever, like that is definitely not the case. Like even if nothing comes of this lawsuit, it's a case of no publicity is bad publicity.
Right.
Like this is getting them in the same sentence with Fortnite again, which is good for both of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't think and also like PUBG is like sold millions of copies, right? I think they did all right. They made their nut.
Millions and millions.
They did all right. I don't think they're doing all right, at least in comparison to Fortnite right now.
Interestingly enough, Zeke, there is the argument of no publicity is bad publicity, but at the same, or no bad publicity, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like this, there's nothing really about this that makes PUBG look good. Like it's a pretty negative thing overall. And on top of that, Fortnite has been literally eating PUBG's player base pretty regularly for the last since it came out with the BR mode. So I would actually kind of argue that maybe thinking about just terminating that lawsuit in good faith could have been a better move than trying to get their name in the headlines like this. But then again, I don't know. But you have to admit, when it comes down to it, yeah, they're both battle royale and they have similar systems and stuff. But when you factor in the building and everything, like they're almost completely different games. Like even the people that play them both regularly says that Fortnite, because of the building and how you have to do all that and the cartoony aspect and the different weapons, it's a completely different experience. So the idea that they're going to try to equate them to the same suable copyright infringement over a game mode seems kind of, I don't know, man. Yeah, it's third person. Well, I don't know.
It's
and also,
like,
I think we should stop saying that PUBG is suing. It's the studio that's suing, not like.
Well, yeah,
the game.
It's Bluehole,
right?
It's not Player Unknown sitting in his house.
Yeah, God, that fucking what an asshole! That Player Unknown guy just suing everyone. I made BR. I made it. It's mine.
I invented BR. I'm so good at making games.
We actually talked about
that's how he sounds to me.
A little bit, because someone was like, yeah, in my chat earlier today, someone was like, I can't believe Player Unknown's doing that. And I was kind of like, Player Unknown isn't doing shit. You're talking about the guy that copied it from a movie as a hobby. Like, he's the last person he's going to be is doing that shit. Yeah. So what a man. I'm ready for that to be done. That makes all of us look bad.
You and I both.
As gamers.
Yeah, he's just sitting at home on like going down a slip and slide made of $100 bills.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Into his pool filled with $1,000 bills.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, exactly.
Which he had custom printed.
It's old news by today's standards, but last week after dropped frames, Battlefield 5 had their big reveal trailer. Didn't really get. I was expecting a big BR announcement for this, but instead they decided to ignite the internet with women. Where, man, I just can't believe they put females in this game. It's just, I can't. Man, just what a weird, bold move from Battlefield to include females in their games. It's so not historically accurate, you guys. I'm outraged. I just kind of
want that quote from you. And they decided to ignite the internet with women.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes that's all it takes in some places. It's so stupid.
No. For those asking in chat, we're not being sarcastic. It was a massive deal for a couple days.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a massive, embarrassing deal for everyone involved for a couple days. It was. Oh my God.
I honestly wonder how many people were actually outraged, and how many people were just like they saw the woman on the cover and they went, "Troll time."
Like they're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or something. They're like,
yeah, exactly. No. They're like, oh, this will get some impressions on Twitter. I'm gonna go ahead and say things I don't really believe because it's gonna make people lose their shit.
It's probably a little of both. You can never really know. Regardless,
I really, really want to think that we're moving in a direction that is not really a thing, and that someone is just like most people are out there saying like women don't belong on the cover of Battlefield, just so people say like, how dare you say that? Like, get a reaction from people. It's like the little brother syndrome. Like, you don't really believe that shit.
I think
You
that's
just
a
want
very
somebody to
naive
be
view.
Mad. It's like people who post spoilers. It's like, I just want somebody to be mad.
Oh, I can get early access to the beta right here. Shit, never mind. Yeah, I think that's a naive view of the internet, but I'm with you. I wish that was the case. I wish it was just trolls.
I want to believe it is. I really want to believe that people are just, they don't really believe it. They're just saying it so to get a reaction, which I can completely understand. Like, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
I say things all the time just to get a reaction out of people, get a rise out of people.
Totally.
Just to
It's our
poke the bear
entire
a little
job.
bit.
Yeah, that's actually yeah, exactly. That's our job.
No.
Yeah.
And it's just sad. It's sad that it might not be true. That it might actually still be a thing. And it was the same thing when like I honestly didn't think it was a big deal. Like there's been women on the cover of war games like this before.
Yeah.
Besides, there's plenty of other reasons to hate this trailer besides women.
Yeah, this trailer kind of didn't. I mean, it's a weird thing. They do this weird thing where they overlay, and maybe it's in-game footage. Who fucking knows? It looks way too good to be in-game footage. It looks really good when you'll see this overlay shit pop up here in just a second. I hope it looks that good. We'll see during the
That always
conference.
makes me laugh.
Yeah, there's also a lot going on in this in terms of just like too much action. It's kind of all over the place. This is the overlay that they put on right here that's supposed to be gameplay. I don't know if they've come out and said that it is gameplay yet. I missed that if they did, but
I see this gentleman also suffers from reloaditis.
yeah. It did get me interested in Battlefield though. I downloaded Battlefield 2, tried to play it for an hour, no luck. Downloaded Battlefield 4, tried to play it for about 45 minutes, got it into a game, and then it just kept freezing, and I uninstalled it. Now I'll probably be trying Battlefield 5. Maybe the fifth one works. Or the fourth one. Sorry. The fifth one that's called 1. Battlefield 1. Maybe that one will work. And then maybe this one will work if that one doesn't work. This naming convention has to stop. They got to get back on track. Fallout 4 just skipped 70 fucking Fallouts. Now they're on Fallout 76. Like, what?
It's like a drop frames naming convention or some shit.
Yeah.
But
They just...
by the way, what episode are we on? We didn't give a chance for you to say it.
4522.
Yeah, 4522.
Okay, cool.
We yeah, back in time. Yeah.
Is that the person on the cover, Dr. Disrespect,
Well, this
reacts
no,
to Battlefield 5
hold on.
trailer?
We might that I don't want him to claim this.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Not a good idea.
Turn off autoplay, idiot.
Where do you even turn that off at? Is that in the settings? Autoplay. Ah.
Wait a second. Did you just watch the official Battlefield trailer on YouTube?
Yeah.
And that's what it's slotted in? Is that because you follow Dr. Disrespect on YouTube?
No. I don't follow anyone on YouTube.
Wow. All right then.
You are not subscribed to anyone on YouTube?
I don't think I'm subscribed to this. I've never used their subscribe. It's just an awful thing.
Okay.
By the way, make sure you subscribe to youtube.com.
Please like and subscribe.
Yeah, please like and subscribe. Yeah. I don't know why I did that autoplay. That's not even actually on his channel. That's on the Slick Daddy Clips channel. So, I don't know.
So, are you guys hyped for the new Battlefield or not?
I don't know if hyped is the right word. I'm like Co with Fallout. I want to see more. I didn't play much Battlefield 1, which is the most recent title, even though the actual title doesn't tell you that. I played it for like a week or two after it launched, and then it's like, hey, this is Battlefield. Apparently they have like 30 maps right now in that game after however long it's been out. So it's a big, like there's a lot of content in that. They also came out and said on Twitter that they are not charging for map packs. There's no premium thing for Battlefield 5. All the guns are going to be obtainable through the game and nothing else. And I think the only thing that they're going to charge for is skins, I believe, which I'm super on board for. I think that's a great way of, especially after all the Battlefront shit, which is probably why they're doing it all that way. I'm super on board for all that stuff. Oh yeah, and there's no loot boxes. There's no loot boxes as well, so you can't. I think the only thing you can do is cosmetic stuff. So
A lot of really good steps in the right direction with everything you just said. Like that is, like they clearly listened to feedback on that because they easily could have made a lot of money doing different things, and they know it too. So that's cool. If nothing else, that's cool.
Yeah. It has me super interested. Like Co was saying, for Bethesda's conference, I'm interested in EA's conference once I get past the sports games. As soon as those sports games are over, I'll be there with popcorn, ready to watch to see what the fuck they're talking about.
There was a tiny amount of news. There was.
I want to see it. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I want to see. I just want to see EA's conference open with. I'm sorry, so sorry.
Yeah.
Or even better yet, we're sorry. We really are. We're sorry we took all that money from you. We feel so bad about it. Our yacht barely is at half a tank now.
We need some gas money for our yacht. Yeah.
Good call.
What were we going to say, Co?
I had to downgrade from a super to a mega yacht. Anyway, so there was a little bit of weirdness. We now have Anthem's Twitter is doing some kind of weird message as of 12:15 today. So just over an hour ago. They haven't announced anything else yet, but they're starting to drum up some funness. So there may be something going on the Anthem Twitter for people interested in that. Okay. But that's all there's been. Yeah. And actually, what I was going to ask is, Zeke, as somebody who doesn't play a lot of first-person shooters, how did the Battlefield 5 stuff make you feel?
Yeah. Anything? Did you feel anything, Zeke?
I feel nothing. No, I mean the trailer. I have to watch it again, but there wasn't a lot of like actual gameplay in the trailer, was there?
It's hard to say.
They wanted you to think there was like it was demoed cinematic gameplay or something. I don't know. It was weird.
I can't. I hate trying to judge things on stuff that if I don't know it's actual gameplay. Like I can judge the cinematic of the trailer if I know it's just that. I can say this is pretty cool. It's action packed. It's like the way they like shot it, the cinematography and shit. But as far as the actual game goes, like I can't get really excited about it until I see actual fucking gameplay. Right. Because that's what you're going to be doing for the majority of the game is playing it, you know. So, and I'm with that crowd where please just show me fucking gameplay, dude. I don't care about your cinematic. I mean, it's awesome. Good job. But put the gameplay in it as well.
Yep.
Well said.
That trailer will be at E3 for you, and I'm sure they'll have multiple celebrities that you give zero fucks about playing it as well. Because
I'm just waiting for the first time they have Snoop on one of those things, and he's sitting there playing Battlefield 5. He's like, "What? Oh yeah, I love the new Call of Duty. This one's great. I've been liking this one since like the 7th one.
Yeah,
and it's the shit.
I hope they bring Snoop back. I really hope they do." He's just a delight whenever he shows up at any gaming thing. What he did, was that the Culling where they had him play on Twitch? What was that most recent thing he did on Twitch? I think it was the Culling.
Was it the Culling?
You could grab a skull in it. I know that.
Oh, SOS. That's what it was. He played SOS.
There you go.
And he just sat there and talked to people. And it was great.
It
was the Skull game.
Short?
What?
Is SOS short for something?
No, that's the actual name of the game. It was
a
flash in the pan so hard it's already gone pretty much. Yeah. I'm not surprised.
Chat's correct. He played SOS. He literally just sat there and talked to the people that were around him in game while someone else played.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I had more fun listening to JP as he was watching it. He was just fucking rolling the entire time.
That's great, man. It's great. I've said this multiple times. If you want some good content, go watch Snoop Dogg and Uriah Faber commentate UFC matches while drunk and or high. You'll enjoy it. What's that?
Another article went up about Fallout, and apparently these guys are claiming that they got the whole skinny on it.
Uh-oh. What's the website?
Is it? Well, it's Kotaku, so
Okay.
take it with a grain of salt.
Well, that's who reported the first one, or the first stuff
but it was
about Rust.
linked in chat. Yeah.
Ah.
Huh.
Do you want to
Confirmed
read it?
Fallout 76, an experimental new entry in the long-running post-apocalyptic series. Let's see. It's completely new and different. Originally prototyped as a multiplayer version of Fallout 4. Fallout 76 has evolved quite a bit over the past few years. It will have quests and a story, like any other game from Bethesda Game Studios, a developer known for media RPGs like Skyrim. It will also feature base building and other survival-based multiplayer mechanics. According to the sources, one source cautioned that the gameplay is rapidly changing, like it does in many online service games, but that's the core outline.
You think they're going to charge
that's a
for
keyword. That's a keyword. A service game is a game you generally keep paying for, like to keep the servers on. Like,
what if it's free to play, but you can pay? Or I guess what if it's like ESO? You just buy it once and then you could actually
you know what?
subscribe to it.
Honestly, even knowing this, there's still so many questions. Like, will it have its own servers? Will you have to play on official servers? Like, what can we have our own servers?
Man,
This is.
Can you imagine if they do what they did to not Skyrim, the fucking Elder Scrolls world with Fallout World, how pissed that fan base would be. The threads would be crazy. The internet would go insane. And
Hold on, say that again. If they did,
if they made ESO, but if they made ESO but for Fallout.
Yeah, that's what we were worried about this morning.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like the ESO is like it's like an end point. Go ahead.
Why would that be bad?
Well, here's the thing. When Elder Scrolls, you look at Elder Scrolls, there was like all this single player world generation. There was, Morrowind, then right into Oblivion, then right into Skyrim, and then all of a sudden there's ESO. And the problem is an online service game generates income all the time.
Yeah.
So when you have one of these games, it is in your interest as a company to keep that game running, put as many resources into that game, and keep it going as long as possible. So while ESO is successful, we will probably not see an Elder Scrolls 6 while they have that, because they're just pouring all of their resources into that, and they don't want to make an unnecessary, unneeded fracture in their community. And a lot of people are saying, well, one's a single-player game, one's an MMO game, so what's the difference? But the problem is that they have overlapping IP, and they are actually developing the Elder Scrolls IP even though it takes place at a different time, they're still developing that stuff in ESO. So it's
right.
Yeah. And for people saying that ESO isn't made by the same developer, you do realize that developer owns Bethesda. It's not exactly a different developer when they're, they can literally switch employees back and forth whenever they want, and they all have the same access to the same pool of resources. So yeah. It's
Oh, you're so smart.
No, I just sound like I am sometimes.
It's the glasses.
It is. It really is. I mean, seriously, it's why sometimes they kind of help me get my point going a little bit better sometimes.
Gotcha. Okay. Very good. That was good.
Trying to see if there's anything else news related. I don't think there is. Did I miss anything?
No. We're gonna get to like games and stuff.
Yeah,
so we're looking
yeah. Oh, we're gonna get to games, Zeke. In just a second, I think.
Oh, see if
you've been itching to talk about it. Yes.
Yeah. What was that, Co?
Sea of Thieves came out with its first free enhancement thing.
Yeah, I saw Gassy and them playing that last night, but it just I don't know enough about it. It looked like Sea of Thieves, so I don't actually know what the fuck it is. I can't talk about it at all other than I saw people playing it.
Yeah, they put in it's kind of funny because apparently on players' requests, they finally put in like a big kind of boss thing. There's like this shark now that is like this little boss. And then, according to the stream I watched, they gave you absolutely zero reason to keep killing it. Like no reason. Like apparently you can kill it once, and that's like all. And even that apparently is arguable. You don't need to or something. I don't know, but As somebody just said in chat, King Gathalion was underwhelmed. And this is a guy that played Sea of Thieves for hundreds and hundreds of hours. And he was underwhelmed by the free content. He didn't even have to pay for it.
I thought you were going to take that a different direction. I thought you were going to say this is a guy that played Destiny for thousands.
Well, no. I'm just saying. Here's the thing. Credit where it's due. King Gathalion knows how to make fun in a fun environment.
Sure,
like he can take games like Destiny, Destiny 2, Sea of Thieves, and he can have hundreds of hours of fun in them. I wish I had that skill. Yeah. But when someone like that is saying there's not a lot of stuff in here that even I'm really enjoying, that's kind of for me like, whoa, if the people that actually really like this stuff aren't really liking it, hopefully the devs are listening.
Do you think they bring something up at E3 for Sea of Thieves? Do you think they announced some big expansion or something for it? Is that in the Microsoft conference? Is the game big enough to warrant being in the Microsoft conference?
Kind of like ESO, man. There are a lot of people that still play Sea of Thieves. There are a lot of people that take it as a casual sandbox game, and they have fun with the fact that it takes you like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours to get to the max level. So there are people that still play the game.
What if they do a giant pivot like Fortnite and they make Sea of Thieves BR where it's just pirate ships, like groups, ships for ships? Would you be into that?
JP, do you want the game to make money? I'm confused. What?
I don't.
That's how you make money, JP.
Okay,
that's how you make money.
I started to say that's how you make money. So yeah, maybe so. Maybe I do.
I would sail around on ships in a BR game firing cannons at each other. That'd be awesome.
I'd kind of be into that too.
Really? That would be badass.
I'd kind of be into that.
I'm partly kidding. But anyway, short answer is I think they have a lot of money in Sea of Thieves. They also have a lot of PR in Sea of Thieves. Not all of it great, but it's there. Yeah. So if they were to do something big, like, hey guys, we have a new game, a new patch that adds gameplay, that could be cool because I mean that's something sorely lacking in the game. And so if they did something like that, I mean I think people would pay attention. That could be good.
Yeah, I think it'd be good too. People are saying Crackdown 3 got delayed, but for the 5 people that actually care about Crackdown, oh well, there you go.
Boom.
Man.
Wasn't that game at one point supposed to like carry the console or something?
I think so. I don't know.
Now everyone's just like, crack what?
I heard the...
Now is it...
Man,
Crackdown is Terry Crews, right? That's the Terry Crews one?
Yeah, he was in the trailer for that.
For it? Yeah, okay.
I love Terry Crews. Yeah. That's too bad.
Yeah.
He actually kind of made me want to play it. Because like, do I get to play as Terry Crews? Because if so, I might pick it up.
Hey,
you'd have to put me in the game for me to consider playing the game you paid me to represent.
I feel really bad for Microsoft. Someone made the comment the other day that here's a studio a game developer that bought PUBG for their console and now runs Fortnite events in their like not offices, but in their stores across the country. Like, if that's bad luck or poor decision, or well, I don't know what it is, but man, that's gotta suck. That's gotta suck for sure. It's a weird thing. Well, cool. I think that's it on the news front. We can talk games for a bit. Before let's save Detroit for the last thing. Let's talk about Detroit
for the second half.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you fix my fucking green screen, please?
It's all over the place today. I've actually been fucking with it since the beginning of the show. Like, sometimes it's good, and I think, like, sunlight comes in. Do you have a window in your room?
No, I don't.
Okay. I'll just leave it at that. That looks okay, I guess.
It's I just need to get some more fucking light, or just like a backlit green screen for you specifically, because I can key it out on my stream, but...
Yeah, OBS and XSplit's
a bit more difficult on yours.
Yeah. The other thing I was thinking about this morning too, these monitors are actually very far away. I don't have a very big, like blown up image of you, so it's hard for me to key out. Even Co was having some issues, or I was having some issues with Co and his key. So, anyways.
Real quick before we move on from a little bit of games, a lot of people ask about Bless. Don't buy it. There you go. I think that's pretty much all we need to.
I almost got into that on Monday. I almost was like, maybe I should play some Bless online.
No.
And then, thankfully I didn't. Thankfully I didn't buy into that hype. Bless Online's a new MMO. That's an old MMO that got re-released here in the US. Kind of had pretty crazy numbers, honestly, on Twitch. I think Soda like peaked out at like 65 or 70,000 viewers. Shroud is like 45. Lyric was like 45K. And
It's
then
really, really unfortunate, to be honest.
yeah, and then the next
not that
day
they got great numbers. That's great for them, but the fact that that Bless has so many issues,
yeah, it's really bad.
and a
Apparently,
lot of these big streamers played it, and a lot of them looked like they were having fun, and that meant thousands and thousands and thousands of people bought it, and then all of a sudden, like the next day, all these major issues started popping up. And then all of a sudden they weren't taking refunds. Some people were getting refunds. Some people weren't getting refunds. I mean, it's been unfortunate.
yeah,
It's been unfortunate.
someone in the chat said poor Soda. He bought the $150 pack. That's not poor Soda. He had about 60,000 people. He made that back in like 10 minutes. He's fine.
In like 2 deep breaths.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry. Poor.
Yep.
You say poor Soda. I say poor us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
fine.
Here's how you make $150 in 30 seconds if you're soda popping. Twitch Prime.
Yeah, exactly. And he could probably refund it too if he really cared. Or no, I guess he probably played past the 2 hour. Never mind. Anyways, Zeke, I heard you played a game for a while the other day. How was that?
What game?
I don't want to be the one that says the game name. Let's
Let's
talk about it. Let's talk about it without saying the game name.
Okay. So there is a man. I assume it's a man because he has a goatee and a looks very mannish. Who's stuck in a pot with a long-handled, what appears to be a sledgehammer on one end and kind of an ice pick on the other. Not an ice pick, but like just a tapered off edge. It's kind of like a more pussy version of this. Like, and there's a dude that does these things, and oh God, you are going at the very end of, like, towards the end of the broadcast. This is I think this is 12 hours into the cast. Look at my face.
See, here's
my face. I just can't do it anymore. No, here's the part. See this little part right here
yeah,
of this game that will remain nameless.
Yeah.
About 4 hours about 10 hours into the broadcast, I could not get past this part. So it's 4 hours of me just like hating life and everybody just loving it, just eating up all of my hatred and my vitriol and just playing songs just to, like, because you could, during this broadcast you could pay to request songs.
Yeah.
And they're playing songs that were just added to the madness of the evening. And just if you want to see Schadenfreude, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but if you want to see it, this is the cast for you. Because 14 hours with almost no progress. People asked me at the beginning of the cast, well, what if you beat the game? And I went, that's not going to happen. And the thing is, it's not because I'm not trying. I'm really, really, really trying to beat this game. And I just do not possess the skill set for a game like this. I made this comparison a lot during the broadcast. I will never be able to jump, never have been, and never will be able to jump and dunk a basketball on a regulation hoop. That will never happen. I will never, ever beat this game, and I will never, ever play it again. I uninstalled it immediately. And this is not pity me. I'm not like asking for your sympathy. I'm just saying this is not where my skills lie in stuff like this. I don't have the patience. I don't have the snap reaction. I don't have the precision that it requires. Just not something that is something I can do. I can tell you a funny story. I can I can role play pretty good, but this game I can't do it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
However, right side, we did end up making a little over $13,000 during that broadcast for St. Jude.
Yeah.
And that was me.
That was
break time.
Yeah, I was up late watching you play this. I went to bed and you still had like 3 hours to go or something like that. But I made the mistake of trying to be a
coach me.
Yeah, I made the mistake of trying. I approached it in a friendly manner. You did not take it that way, because the second that you read it, you didn't even refer to me as JP or as you said, oh, he could say whatever the fuck he wants, just like everyone else can. I was like, oh, okay. All right. And from that point on, it kind of just devolved into you getting a little bit more angry, a little bit, a little bit. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
I had a sense of regret when I put this on my game of the year list last year as number one. But now after it's the gift that keeps on giving, man. You got a 14-hour broadcast of you playing this, just being really upset the entire time, but also raising a lot of money. So I'm glad it's still up there. I'm glad it's still up there. I still haven't beaten this, by the way. So I still need to conquer this game. But I won't lie. I watched you play for about 3 minutes, and I already got anxiety just from watching you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we actually hit like 20,000 total.
Yeah.
So all of the incentives, the cooking cast, the Hulk Hogan hair, and for those of you who are wondering what Hulk Hogan hair means, it means I will shave this part of my hair, I will flat iron this, dye it blonde. We'll dye it blonde first, of course, and then flat iron it, and then I will shave my handlebar, dye this blonde as well. So I will do the whole thing from the neck up, Hulk Hogan hair, the whole thing.
Nice.
I mean, bick it like bald. Let's see, the gross food cast, we hit that, and by gross food cast, that's coming up in the future. It'll be stuff like surströmming and like haggis and whatever like is considered like gross food around the world. We'll have a cast where we eat all that stuff, and we also hit the 20K paintball body paint, which is.
Does that just mean you get hit with a bunch of paintballs without protective gear on?
Pretty much.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw something on my body.
Okay.
Like on a white T-shirt or something.
Yeah.
And well, actually not on a white T-shirt, like on my actual body.
Yeah.
Not going to be broadcast. That's going to be a video that we'll make for YouTube.
That's because you can't shoot someone with a paintball gun on Twitch. Is that it goes against us?
Nope. No physical harm. Yeah, no physical harm on Twitch. Yeah. And I respect that.
Okay. All right.
But it's just, it's just like the tasing and the chest waxing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'll just make a video
and put it on YouTube. That recently?
Because
have you looked into that like recently? Because when they did the big TOS overhaul of last year, that's when they made tattooing, which used to not be okay, because the person had full authority and it was for the show and stuff like that. You might be able to. I don't know if you've asked recently, but you may be able to stream getting hit with paintballs as long as you're like overtly okay with it, and it's completely by your decision and stuff.
Yeah,
I think there's some new stipulations about that. Could be wrong, of course, but I would look into it if you haven't in a while.
I would too. You might be able to stream that stuff.
I think it's a form of art. I would go to a museum and watch Zeke get hit with paintballs.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'd even pay an admission fee for that.
Don't worry. Like, I'll take like proper precautions. You don't have to fucking worry about me. I'll be fine. Like, I'm not gonna let anything dangerous happen to me. Like that might kill me. Okay.
Yeah, just cup and protective eyewear.
They're designed to be non-lethal. Hopefully, you'll be just fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wear a mask and you're good to go. Well, your balls might not.
My plan was to do the jockstrap with a cup and the helmet.
Yeah.
you're pretty much good.
Yeah, exactly. You're good to go.
You'll be fine.
You're good to go.
Oh, there's Holy Man in chat. Hey, Holy Man, can Zeke get hit with paintballs live on stream?
Oh yeah. Let's call him out.
No,
He'll know.
Nipples, male nipples.
Just put some
You can wear
pasties on.
pasty.
Yeah, put some pasties on him.
What pasties of BC Warrior?
have two little pink BC Warrior faces on my nips.
Yep.
Oh, that'd be good.
I think it's great. I think it's a great idea.
We'll figure it out.
Okay, we got a lull from Holy Man, so maybe we'll have to check that out later.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Look into it.
Can you not put me on the spot for this?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to give you a yes or a no right now. Can we table this for now?
Let me go call John Twitch and we'll get back to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Call John Twitch about that. Also, just while we're on the subject of me, the Cooking Cast theme and the TwitchCon cosplay bidding wars are live and are going. And I just want to let you know where those are at right now. For the Cooking Cast bidding war theme, Harry Carey Hot Dog Cast is leading by almost double, or maybe almost double the next one down.
As it should.
The next one down is Bob Grammy Wild with the Sour Kool-Aid Show. Sour Kool-Aid Show does this character named Grammy Wild, and she cooks and stuff. And then the next one down is the Bob Ross, The Joy of Cooking. So I'd have to do
played out. Do the
Bob
Harry
Ross.
Carey. Harry Carey.
But the cosplay competition that are the bidding war that we're having right now, being dominated by Adam Coble. People want to see me cosplay as Adam Coble at TwitchCon.
Yep.
The next one down, or that's Adam Coble's at $1,143, and the next one down is $563, and that's Lala Escargot from Persona 5, the bartender from Persona 5, which I kind of, I kind of want that to win, but honestly, what I'd really like to see jump up the list is King Kong with a dick in his ear. That's on the cosplay bidding war. So if you want to bid on me cosplaying King Kong with a dick in my ear at TwitchCon, you got a chance.
Only if that's a co-cosplay with a little seat next to your ear for Richard Hammer. And he can just sit there next to your ear and you can wheel him around.
I had to remember what Lala Escargot looks like. I still think the Adam Coble's pretty good. Although
but also Haruka from Yakuza, as the Japanese idol or Japan idol.
Okay.
That's also on the list. So if you want to vote to see me in a Japan idol like Haruka outfit that I'll have to somehow procure or make, that's also on the list. So there's lots of good stuff to bid for, and it's all for charity.
Okay. All right.
Hashtag vote Lala.
All right. Co's throwing in his vote.
I already put like 500 towards Lala, man.
Yeah.
Have to stop.
Oh, and you also have, don't forget your emote slot.
Yeah, his emote slot.
Yeah. So how does that work too? What are you doing with the emote slots exactly?
Well, while I'm live, you can come in and put money down on an emote slot. For the month of June, I'm selling for charity. I'm selling 10 of my own emote slots, and people are donating on behalf of other streamers. Like someone put money down on behalf of Yuko. It says Co's Choice. Already has some money put down on it. Someone put money down on behalf of French Stallion. Someone put money down for me to make it itmeJP happy, but with my face. Like put that emote. Someone just wanted their own face. Someone put $250 and said, "I want my own face."
I like that one. I wish you.
It's for a whole month?
Yeah.
For the month of June. Yep.
Yeah.
Are you streaming this afternoon?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got to confirm it. Yeah, if you want more information, that's all on Zeke's channel. I believe he has links to all that stuff. And like you said, what's your current count? You're like 21 grand or so? What's your current overall?
Let me see here. $20,445.
Awesome stuff. Goal of 30K, and it ends on Saturday, I think, because you took yesterday off because of quarter.
Friday. It ends Friday.
Or it ends Friday.
Of the day. The end of the day on Friday, and Friday, the last day, is my. Oh God, the hot sauce gauntlet.
Oh, that's right. That's Friday. Okay.
Yeah. That's not gonna be good.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be good going in, but yeah.
No, it'll be bad both ways. It'll be bad both ways.
Okay. All right.
Like the last time I did that, I did it with my dad, and famously on my channel, at least, he called me up and left a message on my phone. He said, "I'm trying to figure out how to get that coffee creamer up my ass because of the ghost pepper that we ate."
I remember that message. That was really good.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
Man. That was yeah. I remember that. That's good stuff. About 50 minutes. We're due for a break. So, Co, you want to talk Dark Souls? It's still Dark Souls. I think that's all we need to say.
It's Dark Souls, man. There's nothing to say about it. It's a really nice, clean, updated version of Dark Souls. It's basically Dark Souls with DS Fix installed.
Yep.
If you have been playing this, it is kind of nice having it all as one inclusive package, having everything in its own menu and everything. It's super easy to set up. I personally had issues. I was one of the few that had issues with DS Fix back in the day, so it was nice kind of having it all here. It's $20 off if you already own Dark Souls, and I mean it's you've all heard it a million times. It's Dark Souls, man.
It's Dark Souls of Dark Souls.
I'm having a huge amount of fun with it.
Yeah, it's really good. I feel like every time a Dark Souls game is released, my favorite part about it, especially if it's a re-release, although I guess it's the first time it's been a re-release, but you get to watch people that have never played it before play it. So, like, for example, Day 9's been playing through it. He just got past ONS. That's the furthest he's ever been before in the entire game. It's super fun to watch. XQC was playing through it. Forsen was playing through it. There's been some Soda Poppin', I think, was playing through it as well. So it's fun to always watch people play any version of Dark Souls, especially the first one. So I'm enjoying it. It's been a lot of fun. I also forgot how much I enjoyed this one compared to the others. It's definitely a special game, I think is the best way to say it for sure. I did cheese it though. I did have to use Havel's armor towards the end. I just didn't want to fight the bosses the non-cheese way. And so kind of Four Kings was just the jokiest of bosses. Artorias, I'm sorry I cheesed him. I feel a little bit bad. But
I have to, it's funny because the last couple times I've played Dark Souls, Dark Souls 1, I did a two-hand strength build with a Black Knight greatsword, or with a Black Knight sword, so you know how that goes.
Yeah.
And then the second time I did it with sword and board. And playing Dark Souls with a 100% physical block shield is a completely different experience than playing it without. So this time I said no shield, dex only, a lot lower HP than I normally go with, and light roll only. And it has been a completely different experience, especially on some of the bosses. There are bosses that I just no-brainer one-shotted before that took me 10 plus tries to get this time. And it was tough when I got the win. So it's kind of nice that a game that you've played multiple times has that much variance just in how you choose to play it. Speaks a lot about the game. And one of the reasons also why we were talking about it today, this is a game that's probably never going to see a reboot. Like, it's the kind of thing where there's no, because people are like, why did they remaster this game? Why didn't they just reboot it? It's because there's zero reason to reboot this game. It is absolutely phenomenal exactly how it is. All the animations are timing. All the animations, the timing of attacks, all that stuff makes this game what it is.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be doing its service if you were to reboot it. So a remaster is just fine. And it's just like I said, it's just as fun to play, if not better than the first time. So it's a great game.
Yeah, there's
a lot of fun.
It's good. It's good. What were we gonna say, Zeke?
Just make another one.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Dark Souls 4. You can Dark Souls. I just want to do the Rick and Morty Dark Souls for 100 years. Dark Souls forever, Morty. Morty, Dark Souls. It's going to be 90 years of Dark Souls.
I'd be into
DarkSoulsandZeke.com.
Yeah. I'm super into it. I was talking about this with my stream. I found, and I forget where it was now, But I've played this game, all bosses, like 4 or 5 times, and I found a room that I have never been in before, never seen in all of my runs during the latest run. And I was just like, oh, didn't know this existed at all. Never walked in here before. Never seen this thing. Never done that, et cetera, et cetera. So it says a lot about a game when that type of shit exists in it. After, 200 hours of in-game time that I'm still figuring out more like an RPG. It's good stuff. Zeke, you're not going to play through this, are you? You're kind of Dark Souls out.
I was thinking about it. I was thinking about playing through it again after the hype kind of dies down a little bit. I was thinking about doing like a pick it up and play with it like I did with Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
Because I think that would be because I it's been years since I played it.
Yeah.
And I've forgotten most everything and where everything's at. Like I remember the names of bosses and some of the mechanics and stuff just from watching other people like speedrun it and stuff. But I don't remember where anything's at or how to acquire anything. So I think it'd be fun.
That was where
in this game. Can you strike with a shield or not?
No, I don't think you
like
can.
Damage. Okay.
I think that's only Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, I think you can hold it up and parry with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I don't think you can do the dual shield shit.
Okay.
I'm trying to
people
think.
saying
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Oh, you can?
People in chat are saying you can.
Oh,
With a great
okay.
shield.
Okay. No, I think it'd be fun to.
Okay.
That was so much fun to do that because, god damn, it wasn't satisfying to beat bosses with like 2 shields. Like I had like 2 shields, like fucking going ham, and it just took forever. But to actually do it's like fuck, it was so satisfying.
Yeah.
So I might do that with this. That's what I've been thinking.
It's a hell of a game. It's a hell of a game, and it's so much. Playing that for the first time is one of those games where it's like I wish I could erase my memory and play this for the first time again. And luckily, after about 4 or 5 years, it's kind of similar to that because you walk in, and you're like, I don't know what the fuck to do now. I forgot. Where am I supposed to go? What boss am I supposed to kill?
Or better yet, you could be like me. Give it like a year and a half.
Yeah. You just
Gone.
forget everything. Okay.
Gone. Dark what? What? Okay. Before we go on to break and like Zeke's games and all the big games, another little game I played. Don't want to spend too much time on it because I'm purposefully not playing too much. A game called Graveyard Keeper.
I was about to ask you about this. I'm glad you're talking about it.
Awesome. So Graveyard Keeper right now is an alpha. It is a Stardew Valley-esque adventure. However, it is very different in the ways where although the gameplay interface and graphics are going to remind you of Stardew Valley, what you actually do in the game is completely different. So in this case, instead of like there being seasons and you're working towards this farm and making money, in this one, you're basically dealing with an influx of corpses all the time and how to deal with them. On top of that, there's a lot of more varied things to do from the looks of it, like running a bee sanctuary to get honey. You can do wine. There's all sorts of blacksmithing stuff. There's there's like different areas for different things that are all kind of like down different tech tree paths. It looks to be a very cool game. However, it is in very early alpha right now. And there were not only some pretty major bugs that they actually have quashed since then, but a lot of the features are still in alpha. And more importantly, the game feels very unbalanced right now. Like it doesn't feel like all the systems are using the same rest and stamina use system. Like some things use a huge amount of energy while some things barely use any. Also, the days are super short. So, like if you leave your house and walk down to where you pick up a corpse, put the corpse in the mortuary, bury it, and then walk back to your house, that's half a day. Like if you walk into town and walk back, that's a day of travel time. And then they have this really weird system where you get less stamina if you sleep during the day, even though you can never really pick where you go to sleep or when you go to sleep because of how short the days are. So it's a kind of thing where this game one day is going to be awesome. It's supposed to come out in August, and it probably will rival and for many people be better than Stardew Valley. But right now, it needs a pretty good amount of work, probably to the point where I'm going to let it sit for another multi-week to month and let it cook a little more. It just needs a little bit more feedback from players, needs a little bit more of a kind of a cogent vision. But it's probably going to be for me, because I'm all about this kind of macabre, dark atmosphere over Stardew Valley. I think it's going to be a lot of fun when it's done. Like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I saw your tweet about it. Like you tweeted like, maybe we'll give it another try tomorrow because today was really buggy. Like, it seemed like you're like fucking like your tweet was like super annoyed.
Well, what happened was like I started it up and because I heard that it was really good, and I heard that a lot of people, and apparently the devs came into my channel when I was playing it, and everything was great. But every time I go to my house to sleep, it would crash, and it saves right after you wake up. So I kept having to replay the beginning, and finally I was just like, man, like I can't do this. It's too buggy. And crazy enough, the devs that night actually were like, yo, can you send us your save games? And we took care of that, and the next day the bug was fixed. And then I played it for that day, and I ran into another game-breaking bug. So I was like,
Jeez.
all right, we got it. This, I mean, it's really cool and it's a lot of fun, but we're gonna let it cook a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah,
These are not the Stardew Valley devs. These are the Punch Club devs. If you remember Punch Club, it's those guys. Yeah.
Yep.
I really enjoyed Punch Club.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. I have very little memory of that game, but anyways. Dan was saying he enjoyed this game as well, so it seems like it's...
For those saying that I was streaming QA, that's exactly what I was doing. It's an early alpha product. I knew that's exactly what I was streaming QA. So, yeah, and hopefully they were watching because we had lots of feedback for them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
This might be unfair to Stardew Valley, but I feel like the art style for this game, like, I think of Stardew Valley as like one pass of art. This got like the second pass of art on all the textures.
There's lighting.
It looks really good.
You can actually walk around a lamp and you'll see like the different like shadows that it does. There's lots of things about this game that make it feel almost like a Stardew Valley 2 in some ways. Like there's a lot of really cool little nuance in this game. It just needs the overall vision needs to be a little bit tighter.
Yeah.
But it's on the way, and they're updating like once every day or every couple days. They're really trying to make this good.
Nice. Well, cool. I think we're due for a break. We'll come back, talk Detroit, talk Raft. We'll get an indie day, I guess, from Zeke in, because we still got 2 or 3 of those left.
Yep, and I did one just last week too.
Cool.
Or just this past Sundays.
Cool. And then whatever the fuck else there is to talk about. And then we might jump into a game maybe at the end. We'll see. We'll see how much time we have left. If we don't, maybe we'll save it for next week. Or I guess 3 weeks from now, because next week is E3. But anyways.
That's soon. Oh, man.
Yeah, I know. We're only a week out. We're due for a break, so we're going to take that break. And we'll be right back with more Drop Frames right after this. We'll see you guys in about 5 minutes or so. See you then.